Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive? You guys sent in some fascinating stuff about colonialism and Gothic lit, and I've got to say, it's a combo I hadn't really thought about before. But now that I'm looking at it, wow, it's kind of perfect for digging into some serious historical trauma, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when we think Gothic, yeah, we think spooky mansions and creepy vibes, right?
Yeah.
But it goes so much deeper than that. It's like using those settings and those eerie stories to explore the scars colonialism left on the world.
Scars, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
So, like, the goal today is to see how these Gothic themes decay, confinement, being haunted by stuff, can actually symbolize the real impact of colonialism.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of blowing my mind how these excerpts bring colonialism's trauma to life. We're not just talking dry historical facts here, right? This is about real people, cultural clashes, just the sheer magnitude of the exploitation.
And that's what makes the Gothic genre such a powerful tool for this, you know? Think about it. Decay, it's like societies and traditions crumbling. Confinement, you see the loss of freedom, the lack of control that colonized people faced.
And then there's the whole haunting thing, which is like Gothic literature 101.
Right. But haunting isn't always about ghosts literally floating around.
Okay, true.
It's more about the past refusing to die. It's the trauma that echoes through time, even across generations.
Oh, okay. That gives me chills. Especially thinking about one of the books you sent over, Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I mean, that decaying English estate in the middle of Mexico.
Yeah.
Just, wow. Talk about a loaded image.
Oh, yeah. That setting is so deliberate. Moreno Garcia uses it to show that even in decay, colonial power still kind of looms over everything. It's not just visual either. It's tied to the exploitation, even the violence that happened there.
Yeah, the way she connects that mansion to the environmental damage from the mines, the exploitation of indigenous people, it adds a whole other layer of horror. It makes you question the whole idea of colonial progress.
Yeah.
What was the price tag, really?
Exactly. And it's not just the physical environment either. Like Mexican Gothic also gets into the psychological scars of colonialism. You see it with the whole scientific racism thing, right?
Yeah.
The way they experiment on the indigenous characters, that's the real monster in the story. And it's all rooted in these white supremacist ideas that were, basically baked into colonialism.
And those ideas, they didn't just vanish when colonialism officially ended, did they? Like,
Yeah.
they're still around, haunting us in different forms. Which makes me think of the other example you sent, Wide Sargasso Sea. Talk about turning things on their head, taking the mad woman in the attic from Jane Eyre and saying, hold up, let's hear her side.
Right. So brilliant.
Giving Antoinette, this Creole woman in Jamaica, a chance to tell her story. She's not just some crazy side character. She's a real person trapped in a system that's trying to erase her.
Exactly. Jean Ross reclaims that narrative. And she uses all these Gothic elements like confinement, gaslighting, to show how colonial power can actually drive someone mad.
It makes you question that romanticized view of colonialism you sometimes see in books like Jane Eyre. Ross forces us to see it for what it was: exploitation, racism, silencing anyone who dissented.
And it reminds us that history is written by the winners. It's our job to find those other perspectives, the voices that were pushed aside or even erased completely.
So big picture, what are we learning here? Two very different books, both using the Gothic to expose the truth about colonialism and its impact.
It's a reminder that the past isn't over and done with. It's still present, still shaping our world in ways we might not even realize.
Mind-blowing, really. And makes you wonder, what other genres can do this, right? What other hidden truths are out there waiting to be uncovered if we know how to look for them?
That's a great question.
And that's something for all of us to think about.
Yeah.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those excerpts coming.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.